In a small, forgotten corner of the village, where nothing foreshadowed trouble, a woman found herself in the most terrible situation of her life. In a wheelchair, hoping for some mercy from fate, she sat, feeling her heart race faster. Her husband stood nearby, emotionless, silently pushing her into a pen with a horse. Her body was paralyzed by immobility. She already suspected what awaited her. The man's gaze was cold, and she could see that her fate meant nothing to him. He had planned this for a long time. Her husband could no longer tolerate her. He didn't know how to get rid of her otherwise. The horse in the pen was his last hope. He hoped that the aggressive animal would attack her, and it would all be over. His face remained impassive as he left her alone with the animal, continuing to watch from a distance. He believed that now she would disappear. But the horse did not do what he expected. It did not show aggression, nor did it behave like a wild predator. Instead, it approached the woman, sniffed her with curiosity, and then began to gently rub its muzzle against her shoulder, as if trying to comfort her. The woman froze. She couldn't believe what was happening. The horse, instead of attacking, showed her some strange care. A man passing by, noticing this strange scene, stopped. He couldn't understand what was going on. A woman in a wheelchair, a horse that seemed completely non-aggressive, it was too unusual. The man stepped closer and, seeing how the woman was struggling to breathe from fear, decided to speak to her. "What is happening here?" he asked. The woman, still not fully realizing what had happened, struggled to respond. She told him that her husband had left her there, hoping that the horse would kill her because he could no longer tolerate her disability. It was a betrayal that she could not comprehend immediately. The man wasted no time. He immediately called the police. Within a few minutes, they arrived on the scene and detained her husband, who didn't even try to justify himself. His cruelty and indifference to his wife's fate shocked everyone who witnessed the incident. The woman was handed over to the doctors. She was shaken not only physically but also emotionally. She had experienced the worst betrayal, yet somehow she remained alive. The horse, which the man had hoped to use for his evil intentions, turned out to be the only being that showed compassion. This story quickly spread throughout the village, and everyone learned about how the cruel husband had tried to get rid of his wife. The man was arrested and brought to trial for his attempted murder. The woman began a new chapter in her life, realizing that even in the darkest corners of her fate, something good could be encountered.